Alright, home bakers. Today, I'm going to show you how to make the perfect sourdough bread at home. It's easier than you think, and the results are totally worth it. Let's get started. First things first, you need a sourdough starter. If you don't have one, no worries. Mix equal parts flour and water in a jar, cover with a cloth, and let it sit at room temperature for about a week, feeding it every day. Once it's bubbly and smells a bit tangy, you're ready to bake. Now, for the dough. In a large bowl, combine 500 grams of bread flour, 350 grams of water, 100 grams of your sourdough starter, and 10 grams of salt. Mix it until it forms a shaggy dough. Next, cover the bowl with a damp cloth and let it rest for 30 minutes. This rest period is called autolyse, and it helps develop the gluten. After 30 minutes, it's time to knead. But instead of traditional kneading, we're going to do a series of stretch and folds. Wet your hands, grab a corner of the dough, stretch it up, and fold it over itself. Turn the bowl and repeat this process about 4 times. Let the dough rest for another 30 minutes, and then repeat the stretch and fold process. Do this a total of 4 times over the next 2 hours. Once your dough has transformed into a smooth, elastic ball, cover it and let it rise at room temperature for about 4 hours, or until it has doubled in size. After the rise, gently turn the dough onto a lightly floured surface. Shape it into a round loaf by folding the edges into the center and then flipping it over. Place the dough seam side up in a well-floured banneton or bowl lined with a cloth. Cover it and let it proof in the fridge overnight. The next day, preheat your oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, 260 degrees Celsius, with a Dutch oven inside. Carefully transfer your dough onto a piece of parchment paper, score it with a sharp knife, and transfer it to the hot Dutch oven. Bake with the lid on for 20 minutes, then remove the lid and bake for another 20-25 minutes until the crust is deep golden brown. Let it cool completely before slicing, and there you have it, perfect homemade sourdough bread. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Happy baking!